cardio circuit with Maria. The first exercise is called butt kickers. I'm demonstrating with my shoulder to the camera to make it easier to see what I'm doing. I'm bringing my heels to kick my bottom. I'm keeping my elbows at a 90-degree angle next to my body and keeping my chest and nose pointed straight ahead of me. The goal is to get your heels to touch your bottom and to keep up a jogging pace the whole time. The next activity is front lunges. To begin a front lunge, you start with your feet together and take a large step forward with one foot. Your goal is to get your back knee bending and touching the ground. Then you bring your foot back to the neutral position and try again with your other foot. You can make this activity easier by not going all the way to the ground with your back knee, or make this activity harder by touching the ground with your back knee and picking up the pace. The next activity is squat jumps. To do squat jumps, you're going to start with your feet wider than shoulder width apart and bend your arms up at a 90-degree angle. You're going to jump with the goal of trying to get your knees to touch your arms. Your legs will maintain that slightly wider than shoulder width apart position throughout the entire jump process. Our fourth activity is side lunges. To do a side lunge, start with your feet together and take a large step to your right side with one foot. Bend your right knee and lean into it so your right knee is bent and your left leg remains straight. Bring your right foot back to the middle and do the same thing on your left side. Continue to lean into your side lunge, ensuring that your toes, knees, and chest point in front of you the whole time that you're doing this activity. The next activity is burpees. To do a burpee, start standing up tall with your arms above your head. Bend at the waist and put your hands on the ground. Jump your feet back so that your body is straight and flat. Jump your feet back up to your hands, stand up in the air, and jump up tall with your arms above your head. You can make this activity harder by picking up the pace, or you can make it easier by slowing it down and stepping back one foot at a time rather than jumping back. You can make this activity even harder by doing a push-up at the bottom when your body is in the flat position with your legs all the way out behind you. For our last 3 exercises, we are going to be laying on the ground. I am demonstrating using a yoga mat underneath of me, but if the area that you're working out in has a softer surface than my concrete floor, you might not have to use anything. Our 6th exercise is called bicycles. To do this exercise, lay on your back with your knees bent, arms down by your side, bottoms of your feet and palms of your hands flat on the ground. Lift your feet off the ground so your legs are at a 90-degree angle. Push one foot at a time out in front of you like you are pedaling a bicycle in the air. To make this exercise more difficult, you can use your core to pull your head off the ground and rest your hands gently behind your head with your elbows out to either side. Make sure you are lifting your head with your core and not pushing your neck with your hands. Our next exercise is dead bugs. Lying on your back, slide your feet out so that your whole body is flat on the ground and your arms are extended above your head. You're going to lift one leg and the opposite arm off the ground and attempt to touch your hand to your foot going across your body. Right hand to left foot, left hand to right foot. You can make this activity harder by picking up the pace or easier by slowing down the pace. Our last exercise is trunk twists. For trunk twists, you could use a variety of kinds of equipment. I have a 6-inch ball that is used for stretching and exercise, lightweight. I have a can that you can find in your pantry. I have a water bottle filled with water, or I have a lightweight kettlebell. For my demonstration, I'm going to use the light exercise ball. Start sitting on the ground with your knees bent so that the bottoms of your feet can be flat on the ground. Using whatever item you choose or your hands clasped together, you are going to touch one side of your body next to your hip and then rotate your trunk so you touch the other side of your body next to your hip. You can make this harder by lifting your feet off the ground and picking up the pace as you rotate. The goal is to get your entire chest to face your right and then rotate your trunk so that your chest faces your left side and repeat that motion using your core. 5-minute circuit, round 1.
We're going to get ready to start our circuit workout. We're going to be doing 3 circuits, 30 seconds of the activity, and then 10 seconds rest. I'll be calling out the exercises as we go through them. We're going to be starting off with butt kickers in about 2 seconds. Let's get ready. Butt kickers and go. Try to get those heels to touch your behind, nose pointed straight ahead of you, your body up nice and tall. Butt kickers. Let's go. Nice job, everybody. Kick that bottom with your heels. Butt kickers. Halfway there. Almost done. We're going to have our 10 seconds rest before our next activity. Next, we are going to be doing forward lunges. Forward lunges is our next activity. Ready? I'm starting with my left foot and then my right foot. Remember, if you can't go all the way to the ground, just go as far as you can. Is it easy for you? Pick up the pace. If it's hard for you, don't go as far down or go onto a wall or a chair next to you to help with balance. Got about 10 more seconds of our lunges before we go into squat jumps. Okay, our next is going to be our jumps. We want to prep by getting our feet shoulder width apart and our arms at 90-degree angles. And jumps, 30 seconds. If it's easy for you, go faster. If it's hard for you, go slower. If you need a little bit of extra time, you can take a short break and then pick it back up again. Ten more seconds. Nice job. We are in our rest period. Get yourselves ready for side lunges that are going to be next. Side lunges. And go. Side lunge. Side lunge. Same as with the front lunges. If you can't go down as far into your lunge, that's okay. If you need to pick up the pace, great. If you need to slow it down, that's fine too. Good thing about circuits is they're really customizable to what you can do and to your comfort level. One more, and our 10 seconds rest. Next we have our burpees, which is one of the more cardiovascularly trying activities of this circuit. And go. Remember, you can make this activity easier by stepping out. Or harder by doing a push-up. Next activity is going to be bicycles. If you have a mat, you can get ready to use it. I have a yoga mat, so I'm going to use mine and get ready to do bicycles on my yoga mat. Remember, if you have your head off the mat, pull up with your abs and not with your neck. You can also leave your head on the mat and do a bicycle that way, arms down by your sides. Easier, your head is on the mat. Harder if you're pulling up with your core and lifting your head off the mat. And rest. Our next activity is going to be our dead bugs. So stretch your body out, arms above your head, and touch your hand to your opposite leg. You can make this activity harder by going faster, easier by going slower. If you are having trouble crossing your midline, you can also go same arm to same foot and go slower. Again, really customizable based on your ability and your needs. Our next activity is going to be our trunk twists. I'm going to get my workout ball again and use that. You can use whatever you have available. Remember, one way to do this is for your feet to be on the ground, and the other way to do it is to lift your feet off the ground. Your goal is to move your whole trunk every time you twist. Really work that core. Okay, we have our 1 minute rest before we get started again.
1 minute break before we start our second circuit. Take some deep breaths, get some water if you need it, and get prepared to start our second circuit. Five-minute circuit round 2.
Okay, circuit number 2. Let's get ready to get started with butt kickers. And go. Remember, you're trying to pull your heels all the way up to your bottom. Keep your chest up tall, nose pointed straight ahead of you. 30 seconds of butt kickers. Ten more seconds. Keep going with those butt kickers. And rest. 10 seconds rest. We're gonna get into our lunges. Ready? And forward lunges. Remember, you can make these easier by going less deep with your lunge, or harder by trying to get that back knee to touch the ground. You can do them slow, or you can pick up the pace. Circuit workouts are very customizable to your individual level. 5 more seconds of lunges. And 10 seconds rest. Our next one is going to be our squat jumps. So you can get ready by putting your feet shoulder width apart, bending your elbows at 90 degrees. Squat jumps. 30 seconds. If you need to take a break and a breather before you get back to them, that's fine. You can also make these a little bit easier by not going up as high with your jumps, or harder by going up higher with your jumps. 5 more seconds. Rest. We're going to be doing our side lunges next. Make sure you have enough space on either side of you. And go. Same with the regular lunges. You can go deeper into your lunge to make it harder, less deep to make it easier. Customize it to your needs. You can go nice and slow. You could speed it up a little bit. Whatever is best for you. Almost done with our side lunges. And rest. Really need this rest before going into our burpees. And go. This is again a very customizable exercise. You can make it easier by stepping back, stepping forward, and standing. Or you can make it harder by doing a push-up at the bottom. And rest. I'm gonna pull my yoga mat forward. I like to do some of my on-the-ground exercises on my yoga mat and get ready for bicycles. 2 ways to do bicycles. You can have your head on the ground and your arms down by your sides, or you can lift up your head for a little bit more of a challenge. Use that core to pull your body off the ground and put your hands gently behind your head. Make sure you're not pulling your neck forward. Use that core to keep your head off the ground. 5 more seconds of bicycles. And rest. Next, we're gonna do dead bugs. So stretch your hands above your head and your legs straight out, as straight as you can get your body. And you are trying to touch your right hand to your left leg, left hand to your right leg. You can make this exercise harder by, again, using your core to pull your head off the ground, picking up the pace, and never letting your arms and legs fully touch the ground. 10 more seconds. Next is your twist exercise. I'm gonna again do it with my exercise ball, very lightweight. You can start off with your feet flat on the ground and twist, or for a little bit more of a challenge, pick those feet up off the ground when you do your twists. Try to get your shoulders to rotate so that they face one direction and then the other. Your chest completely changing which direction it faces each time you twist. 10 more seconds. And it's time for our rest. That was circuit number 2.
1 minute break before we start our final circuit. Third round of our 5-minute circuit workout.
Let's get ready for our third circuit, starting with butt kickers. Go ahead. Butt kickers, 30 seconds. Chest up tall, getting those heels to your bottom. Fifteen more seconds of butt kickers. And rest for our front lunges in about 5 seconds. Let's go, front lunges. I'm gonna try to get my back knee all the way down to the ground this set. Putting everything out there for our third circuit, final circuit. 15 more seconds of front lunges. exercises, squat jumps, so you can get prepared with your feet more than shoulder width apart, your arms up at 90 degrees. 30 seconds of squat jumps. Fifteen more seconds. We're going to do side lunges next, so make sure you have plenty of room side to side. And get ready to start our side lunges. Fifteen more seconds of side lunges. Rest and prep for our burpees. You need more room front and back for burpees, so I'm taking a step forward. And burpees. For our last set, if you have been doing one of the easier versions, try to jump up to a harder level for one burpee. So if you've been walking it out, try to do a jump back. If you've been doing a jump back, try to do a push-up at the bottom. 5 seconds. And rest. I'm grabbing my yoga mat for our on the ground activities. Our first one is bicycles. Lie on your back. Again, if you have been lying on your back with your hands by your sides, try a couple of bicycles using your core to lift your head off the ground and put your hands gently behind your head. 15 seconds. We have our dead bugs next. Stretch your body all the way out. Arms above your head. Flat. And you're going to be opposites, touching your right hand to your left leg, left hand to right leg. You can pick up the pace and also pick up your head. If you want to make this activity harder, again, pull from the core, not from your neck. If you are lifting your head off the ground, 10 seconds. I'm going to again grab my exercise ball for our trunk twists. You can start with your feet flat on the ground or lift it off the ground. Remember, try to turn your shoulders so your chest faces one direction and then the other. Get a good full rotation. If you've kept your feet on the ground the whole time, try lifting them off the ground for 1 or 2 rotations. Get a little bit more of a challenge. 10 more seconds. And we are done our third circuit. Congratulations. If you'd like more of a challenge, you can rewind this video and do the circuits again.
If you want to continue the workout, rewind to 6 minutes and you can do all 3 circuits again.